All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there are other mediums on which you can watch or listen to this information. Okay, but today I have some little extra neat things that I'm going to hold to the bottom, to the end, because some people don't care about the extra little neat things and they just want the articles. So you would have to go to the blog because they're not anywhere else. One of them is YouTube video, but I have the translation provided by YouTube. Hey YouTube, everything that I show and cover is under the Fair Disclaimer Act, Fair Use Disclaimer Act, because I'm using it for critiquing, teaching, commenting, sharing, and it falls under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act. All right, so the other places that you can find my FX buddies is rumble.com is video, spotify.com has video and audio, rss.com has an excellent transcript for free. My FX buddies, yeah, so anywhere that I post is under my FX buddies except YouTube. And that's it. I'm forgetting something, but whatever. It is Tuesday, April 29th, and we're going to get right into this. This shouldn't be that long. There's lots of news out, you guys, but it has nothing to do with the RV. It's good for Iraq. It's good for Sudani. So, yeah. So this is what I feel is good for today, April 29th. Now, Iraq is in a prosperous era. I don't know why sometimes they post things like that with double words, but you know what? It reminds me of my favorite book, Verily, Verily. I say unto you, Simon, Simon, Abraham, Abraham, right? When there was someone's like, what the heck is she talking about? When there was an emphasis on something, it was said twice, right? So maybe that's what they do here. I don't know, but they do it sometimes. All right. So who doesn't want to hear that, right? I mean, look at here in America. What are we being told? And it's so funny. I am watching, I always have their TV on and they're showing all this gold bars, gold jewelry. I'm not even sure what they're talking about. And the people are there buying it. It's so beautiful. Gold is just, yeah, really pretty to look at. Okay. But anyway, what did we hear? We're in a golden era here in America, right? The golden era starts now. So very interesting that Iraq is over there showing people, their citizens, all this gold. And actually, it's a holiday. No. I apologize. It's not a holiday. Thursday is a holiday. So I'm not sure why they're not showing their regular programming. Side note, okay. They've been showing Sadar's father. I guess he was taken out before his time. I think there was this bad accident that may or may not have been an accident. Get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? And it was Sadar and the dad and two of Sadar's brothers, I believe. All wiped out, unfortunately. And they were just showing this documentary about that. But, I don't know, did I tell you? Sadar came out and said, you know, I know I said I wasn't going to run, but if this one condition is just one, if this one condition is met, I think I'll run again. So I didn't even open it. I didn't even open it to see what the condition was because hopefully we won't be here. The elections are November 11th, tentatively. Well, Sadani and others are like, nope, this is it. November 11th, we're having our elections. But of course, the framework and the troublemakers, they want to move it out. All right. So, what else? There's one more thing that is like a summary. Oh, did you hear that one of our, it's a red bird, red something? It fell off of the Truman aircraft carrier into the Red Sea. But I think something was wrong with it. It was out of order. I don't know the proper terminology. So the H people are very happy. They're not claiming they had anything to do with it. They're just like, haha, did you see what happened to your $1 billion machine there? And then we proceeded to kablooey them in Yemen. So, but other than that, I'm not sure you guys know I don't watch our news. I know there's talk of kablooies over Iran, but they haven't happened yet. And also the 4-letter word that starts with a G, the 4-letter country that starts with a G. There may have been something done there, but for the most part, I hate to say things have been quiet, but other than that, it has been quiet. All right, so now let's get into this. Okay, Iraq is in a prosperous era, despite the difficulties of the international economy. And I love this picture. I don't know why. I just think that's cool. And I think that's silver, not gold, right? And a map. And we could make that for our country. Anyway, so we're back to just regular old Prime Minister's financial advisor. Mohammed Salih confirmed that operating expenses, which include salaries and other expenses, constitute approximately 57% of total annual spending in Iraq and are fully covered as construction projects proceed at an accelerated pace. So remember I said there's all these projects happening? So this is perfectly worded. Accelerated pace. So Saleh explained, this confirms the success of fiscal space management in supporting the country's financial, economic, and developmental sustainability, even in light of the relative decline in the oil asset cycle. And there's more. I'll read this one. He pointed out that this has had a positive impact on citizens' living conditions as annual growth in the general price level, or the inflation index, has remained below 4% per year, a key indicator in the country's stability roadmap. And remember that word, roadmap, and maintaining its standard of living. And then they repeat the title again. Now, if you ask the people, the citizens, oh, why is that picture there? Well, whatever. If you ask the citizens, they may say something different, right? But you have to wonder. They must be satisfied. They're not demonstrating. They're not complaining. And there's plenty of places they have 800, they have numbers that they can call to complain. They have boxes that are just randomly posted around that they can write their complaints and put them in the box. So yeah, maybe that's happening and we just don't hear about it. I don't know, but the people seem to be happy. Maybe just like here, Excuse me. I guess just like here in America, certain segments live better than others. And yeah. But anyway, so oh, someone just sent me a Cash App. Well, thank you. I'm not gonna say the name though because they may not want that. All right, let's see. Work is underway to implement the ASYCUDA system in customs. And you know I don't care about this at all. But I know there's lots of people who do. So I posted it. But it is interesting. They did make a point that this is connected. They're training. See, whoever this person is, he's in the Ministry of Financial and Accounting Training Center. The Ministry of Finance, oh, here, let me make this bigger for you. The Ministry of Finance is proceeding with the automation and comprehensive system across the ministry's sectors, including the banking sector. But it does have to be connected to the banks, right? It's connected to the ports, to the banks. Yeah. And so they'll have UN experts training employees how to implement it. So, nothing to do with the RV, but it's good for their country. They'll get more revenues, custom revenues, and people will have jobs, right? So it's good. It's good, but not, for us. Baghdad seeks alternatives to Iranian gas due to U.S. sanctions. So this is Fuad Hussein. He seems to still be here in America and did ask, and I believe he got a strong no. There's another article that's going to come up later, and we'll focus on that one. Do you have a card? Electronic payment has been expanded. So this is, you don't really need to see. Plus, he's way over there. But look at, this is a small room. So when I saw this, I thought these are very specific people, maybe, that were invited to this. And they're young. They're young people. But so the Iraqi Private Bank Association confirmed that the government has played a major role in achieving partnerships between the public and private sectors. PPP, remember? We've been hearing about that 3 days in a row now. So, he was at an Arab something in Cairo, Egypt, and the title of the thing is partnerships between public and private sectors. Yeah, so again, another thing that's good, more modernization and connection, integration of the banking system, right? But doesn't mean we're going. And here, so if you saw yesterday's episode, Iraq connected with the EBRD, European Bank Research and Development something, right? Which is a bank for projects going into the Middle East and North Africa. And now here we have them for support of small and medium-sized enterprises, financing partnership with a German development bank. And I think it's the same JIZ. No, this is a different one. German Development Bank, see those 3 letters? KFW. So there they are, making another relationship with another international bank. Again, good for them, right? So here is Fuad Hussein was interviewed and asked questions about the talks, the Washington-Tehran talks. Iraq strongly supports, and see Fuad Hussein. This is the Iranian foreign minister. I cannot remember his name yet. This is Steve Wyckoff. I remember his name, but not his position. Okay, but give me time. So yeah, Hussein highlighted the impact of U.S. sanctions on Iran, which forced Iraq to seek alternative sources for gas imports. Iranian gas supplies feed about 33% of Iraq's electricity needs. He noted that Baghdad is in talks with several countries, including Turkey, Jordan, and the Gulf states, to secure alternative energy supplies. So if you want to read that, you can read that. So here again, the White House announced our president would visit Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE between May 13th and May 16th. All right, so there's a little bit more if you want to read that. Excuse me, there's a little bit more if you want to read that. For someone who's just listening, I have Telegram, and I mute it, I turn it off, I put it down, but still, if there's a notification that comes up, it makes, and if I'm talking, it lowers my voice and makes the ding of the Telegram notification louder. So what I try to do is I close the little notification and I try to repeat what I said, because I know it's irritating when you're just listening and you're like, why is that? What's happening? Right? So that's what that is. And no matter what time of day I record Telegram, Telegram always has notifications. All right, this is my one commercial. Buy me a coffee. That will be a live link when the blog goes live, and that's the QR code. And thank you to those of you who have. All right, and if you don't know, this is Fuad Hussein. Now, I don't know who this guy is. I know now because I read the article, but he's Mike Waltz. Here, doesn't he look redheaded? He looks like a redheaded person, which there's nothing bad. My mother was redhead with freckles and all of that. So I didn't recognize him. Mike Waltz. And look, they're in the hallway. Really? You gotta take a picture in the hallway? I know, I'm crazy, but those are things. Even though that is a nice staircase there, right? But still, it just seems like he's like, hey, Mike, can I get a picture with you? But anyway, so what did they talk about? So that guy, Mike Waltz, is the U.S. National Security Advisor. That's NSA, right? NSA, possibly. So he met with Fuad Hussein. Is this they talked about? So here's other people that were at the meeting also. Continuing dialogue and coordination between the two countries. Let's see. Oh, on another topic, so whatever else they talked about, right? Forget that. On another topic, the meeting addressed the issue of oil exports from Kurdistan region of Iraq and the outstanding issues between oil companies on the one hand and the regional and federal governments on the other. So he's covering everything, right? He's having defense conversations, human rights, the keeping the region stable. I mean, the only thing they haven't addressed is the money and the rate change. And yeah, that would be a dream if they did, but they're not going to. Here's a person complaining. He's an economic expert. The Iraqi economy is under threat. An expert warns of the repercussions of relying on oil. So here's another person saying, yeah, I know Saleh and Aliyah Locke are saying we're not going to feel any of the effects, but, get real. Basically, that's what he's saying, stressing that this approach makes the country vulnerable to fluctuations in global markets. But see, that's what they have to say, because that's the snapshot right now. They know a rate change is pending and contracts are pending, right? So they just have to talk about the news in the situation that it's in right now. So remember that when you read these articles or when you hear me say these things, and don't panic. And I think I covered, someone will have to give Militia Man room credit. they have a person that apparently speaks Arabic, and that snippet of Ali Alak is a year old. So if you saw anyone talk about Ali Alak saying the project to delete the 3 zeros wouldn't happen this year, just negate it, toss it, forget about it. Yeah, it was a year old. Now, this was an interesting article. What does cash flow have to do with it? And it makes me think of that song, What's Love Got to Do with It? Anyway, Parliamentary Finance Committee. The government is not serious about submitting the 2025 budget. And he makes good points, again, for the same reason. But he does say the previous budgets, here, I'm reading here if you're following along with me. And this is Jamal Cougar. He's a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee. Last time around, he was the head of the Parliamentary Finance Committee. I don't know what happened. He's not now, but he's still on it. He said funds from previous budgets have not yet been dispersed due to ongoing liquidity crisis. So there we have another person saying, yes, there is a liquidity crisis. So, yeah. Look at that. So I just thought this was, okay, so we're done. That is the end of the formal articles. So going forward from here is just interesting, fun things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start with Deloitte. I'm not going to copy. Okay, I tried. I tried to copy and paste this, but it kept putting everything weird format like that, like this. If you're looking, see how this line is over there, and there's nothing there. There's no text there. There's nothing there, but those lines went way over there, right? So that's a different article. So this is Deloitte. More about Deloitte in Iraq. And I feel 80% certain this is really from them, because it kind of looks like a blog, right? Here's the social media. But I feel confident that it is really them. So, who we are and what we do. Deloitte in Iraq is part of Deloitte and Touche. I don't know what the ME stands for. I'm sure someone smart listening to this will let me know. Maybe it stands for Middle East. That's the only thing I could think of. And then it's repeated again. Deloitte and Touche ME is a member firm of Deloitte Touche Tomatsu, which I think that's Japanese, Limited. So yeah, what I am gonna do is right here, right before this craziness, I'm gonna put those words. More about Deloitte. I'm gonna post that there with a link to this website. So if you want to read this, helping Iraq grow and the region grow. So they operate in 15 countries, the Deloitte people. And then there's other information. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. If you want to go read that, there'll be a hyperlink. No, I'm going to put that more on Deloitte, and it will be a link to that website that I just showed you. All right, look at this. And this is interesting. I just learned this man's name last week. He's the he's the CEO of BP. Someone is trying to buy them, like a disruptor, what is it? Activist. An activist investor is causing problems for BP. And I think they were already struggling. But so this website is called upstream. Upstream. So, look, they want you to pay. So you can only read a portion of the article. But how would you say that? Auchincloss? Auchincloss. So I was waiting to see if he would be interviewed like on Bloomberg or CNBC. I haven't seen him yet. But yeah. So he's dealing with that. So I can't get the whole article, but I wanted to post that. I don't know what this upstream is and why are they following oil. All right. So I did copy and paste that. See, even there it says you need a subscription to read this story. Now look at this. This is one of the fun things. Zain Inc.'s gaming eSports deal with, oh wow, some of the titles gone. But it's these people here. Crafton and, did I keep this? PUBG. PUBG. So here, it's a gaming thing. And the gaming over there is big for those who can afford it. And if they don't have consoles at home, there's cafes. Cafes they can go to play, to do the gaming. I really feel lost. But anyway, oh, yeah, see, something's weird. Something's weird with the formatting. But anyway, so it's part of this is missing too. But anyway, the link is gone too. Jeez Louise, good thing I'm not a professional, right? See, that's why I wouldn't charge you to go to the blog because you'd be like, I pay $25 a month for this. But anyway, so I'll put the link, and if I can't put the link, you know what I'll do? I'll make the image here. That'll be the link to the website if you care to read about that. I just think it's neat. I know people think gaming is a waste of time, but it's billions. It makes billions of dollars. Well, in dinar and yen and whatever else, right? Because it's around the world, and they are empowering Iraqi youth. Zain Iraq has announced a landmark memorandum of understanding with Crafton Europe, the global powerhouse behind hit titles such as PUBG, that's a game, I do know that. Battlegrounds is a game. This partnership underscores Zain Iraq's dedication to meeting evolving consumer needs while embracing cutting-edge gaming and electronic sports technologies. And guess what you need to play these? Yep, electronic payment methods. When you go to the cafes, they bring you the little thing. Hey, your time is up. Do you want to buy more time or are you going to get up? And you put your little card in the thing, right? So that was neat. And Crafton is a South Korean video game company. So see, more connections, more integration, not money-wise, but just getting out of the borders of Iraq and melding with other countries. Good for them. Doesn't mean we're going to the bank. Okay, and I think this is the last thing. Yes. So in post-production, I will put the last. So this is episode 71. Episode 70 will be below here in case you missed it. And then it'll be there so you could watch it if you like. So, this video, it looks like he's at an art show, right? Excuse me. There's pictures here. I think you can buy them. I think they're for sale. There's no way you would know. It's a 1 minute 30-second video, I believe. There's no way you'd know he's talking about What do the 2025 budget tables include? That's what he's talking about. Someone is interviewing him, and let's see, we're at 30 minutes. 1 minute and 9 seconds. See, there's people walking around. Whoever's interviewing him, the question that they posed to him was about the budget schedules, and the translation is here. Regarding the budget, it has two parts. The first part is related to amending the text. There was one paragraph that was amended and approved, which is the costs of transporting crude oil production in the Kurdistan region. It became $16, and with the formation of committees between the region and the central government, that is, to study the issue, and then it will become meaningful. It will become meaning the final amount. But currently, as they stage, the first stage, right, is $16. Now, the second part, this is the reason for the holdup. The second part, which relates to the budget, which is the issue of the budget tables. And this part, which is related to the work of ministries and government institutions, has not yet been submitted to the Council of Representatives to take legal form. This part is supposed to be included in the text. Oops. Oh, yeah. But it has not been included. That is, subject contracts are in the text. But the expected part is the budget tables related to revenues and expenditures, each ministry and its allocations, and related financial matters. I think that's interesting and very straightforward. The words are, some of them are a little backwards, but I thought that was a little gem that I found that I wanted to share with you. All right, so that's it. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for listening. And remember, if you look in that's what I forgot to say. The way that you get to the blog is look for a more open intro info description type button. Click on that. It will open and there'll be a link to the blog, which is free. You don't have to put in your email or anything. You'll click the link and you'll be on the blog. You can read all the articles. You can see that video that is there if you like. It's in Arabic, but I just like to have proof, right? There was one other thing I was going to say. The Council of Ministers did meet today and yet again did not speak on the budget tables. They talked about a whole lot of stuff. Again, good for their country. Doesn't mean anything for us going to the bank. So, thank you. Like, subscribe, join, follow, whichever button that, whatever platform you're on. Click that because I don't post regularly. And if you do that, and if all things work like they're supposed to, when I update, you'll be notified. And I thank you for watching. I appreciate the thoughtful, smart comments that I left and the support. All right. So, accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. And enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you are enjoying this content. And until next time.